Welcome to Crappens. Don't wait a week for a new video. Join our Patreon at the Crappens On Demand level for instant recap access. Link in description. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Watch for Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today is the one and only Mr. Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Well, hello, my little Banooni tunes.
What's new with you?
Well, today I'm doing this from my car office because they have started remodeling the house, and that means gutting it with sledgehammers and shit. So they're banging away up there, and things are being destroyed. And so I'm in a car like a TikToker. I got the idea from TikTok because people go in there and they record in their cars. So I thought, why the fuck not? I'll do that. It's like my WeWork.
I was about to say, why don't you could also go to WeWork, but this is cheaper. I think
this shit's free.
It sounds good. It looks good. It's kind of fun. So, I mean, as long as it works for you, then it works for all of us, right?
Why not? Let's try it. Hey, we've done it in weirder places, that's for sure.
Well, everyone, welcome to Real Housewives of Dubai Day. In case you missed it, we are now recapping House of the Dragon. Winter's Crappening is back. So if you are looking for those recaps, we have a Winter's Crappening feed that's dedicated solely to that, if that's just all you want. But the episodes are also here on Crappens. So to get your full HBO House of the Dragons, experience, be sure to listen to that. And tell your friends who aren't necessarily Bravo watchers, but who are Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon watchers, and let them know that we're doing this because we are a big scaly dragony tent and we want to welcome people in, so go do that. And then for today, by the way, Patreon, come join us on patreon.com/watchforcrappens. If you support on the Crappens On Demand level, not only do you get to listen to the podcast, you can watch it. You can see inside Ronnie's car right now.
You can see me playing with my waddle.
Yeah, Ronnie's playing with skin, so go do that. And we also have bonus episodes, so it's just so much fun. But today,
what a life.
What a life,
right, guys.
What a life. What a life. Today, we are diving right back into Real Housewives of Dubai, which is really fun. We recorded the first 2 episodes actually like a month ago. We were fortunate enough to have the screeners early. So it's been like a moment. And coming back into it, I was like, I'm really enjoying Dubai this season. I'm shocked considering how much I disliked it last season.
Well, it's the 3rd episode. And it's the 3rd time you've exclaimed how shocked you are that you like it.
I continue to be shocked.
The shock continues. It's 3 episodes running. I mean, I always kind of liked it. And I like it now. I think it's good now. So I don't really know. I don't know. I don't need to make it a grand proclamation about it. I'm enjoying it.
That's fine. Fine.
Yeah.
Well,
I enjoyed yours, though. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I just don't feel the need for a grand statement about it. Like, it's on. It's great. It's fun. Let's do it. Let's get into it.
All right. Let's dive into it. So we are here with Caroline Stanbury and Sergio, and they are at Stanbury's friend Michael's house because they had moved in there for renovations. Maybe, Ronnie, you could hold up there. Now that you're going under renovations, you should just see if Michael has any availability over there in Dubai.
I don't know if Stanbury had anything to do with the music I don't know if she was like one of the original people who knew Trixie Monocle from Ladies of London. The famous band Trixie Monocle and 3-Armed Octopus. I don't know if she actually brought them on, but we are back to Ladies of London music officially. This is the first song. Coming in hot, always on top, on top. I'm the boss, baby, I'm the boss. Yeah, I'm a boss, a girl boss. I'm a boss, a girl boss. A boss song. It's a boss song. And that's really what Trixie Monocle, that was her bread and butter back in the day, was just singing about what a boss she was and like what a powerful girl she is. And you know what? Welcome back, girl boss music. Okay. I know Selling Sunset tried to steal you. Fuck those guys. This is Bravo music and it belongs here. Welcome home.
Yeah. Welcome home. Girl boss music really is always welcome on Bravo. And especially, when we're highlighting someone who doesn't appear to have a job at the moment and is just, leeching off of her friend's home. So
Joel is influencing. All right.
Oh, that's
Get
right.
with it, Ben. I'm an influencer. All right. So she is very she's introduced with a song about being a boss, but then this whole episode is about bossing Sergio around less, which is odd. So it's an odd juxtaposition, but I enjoyed it. I'm a boss. Okay.
The best
tell you, I'm a boss. I'm a boss.
Independent woman. Don't want to be dependent on another man's money. I really liked how this episode was about bossing around Sergio and bossing him around. It's like boss as a meta bossing. It's like, I am bossing you around to let you know that I shan't be bossing you around. Otherwise, I'll become your mother. So no more bossing from me. You shall not receive my bossing. But I want your bossing. You shall not receive my bossing.
Yeah. So he's like, honey, Michael cannot just walk in and see a mess every day. She's like, oh my God, look at that. It's a $12,000 purse just laying there like it's nothing. All right. It's ridiculous. This room is a mess, by the way. Michael. Wow. I get that you're not paying rent anywhere, but pay for a cleaning person at least. You guys are pigs.
Yeah, Michael is at his wit's end, clearly. I mean, I would be too if I had Caroline Stanbury in my house for 8 weeks. I mean, she probably turns the entire place into her place. Like, Michael, I'm terribly sorry. I'm going to need you to move out of your bedroom, perhaps into the garage, because I need some place to put my loafers. Is that okay? No.
Sorry, Michael, I hope you don't mind if I make some improvements to your home. There's an old, bald, gay person standing here. I'd like to gut that. Can we gut that? He's like, that's me. Exactly. Get out.
I saw some photos of some older people that they just looked ugly and didn't look very impressive. So I just tossed them right into the Persian Gulf. It's like, those were photos of my parents, actually.
You know what I'm seeing here right in front of me? Baldness. Can we put some hair on that? Can we get an infinity countertop on that shoulder, that weak shoulder? Can you please stop trying to remodel me? This is my house.
So, but they are moving out at the end of this week into their newly renovated place. And Caroline's like, well, I have completely taken over his house, and no one is more excited about getting his house back than Michael. So he's literally throwing me a party. I love you, Michael.
It's called a good riddance party, which is hilarious. Hold on, let me LOL. LOL. Am I right?
I like to call it a Sergio party. Good riddance, am I right? So Sergio's like, oh, are you excited for the good riddance party? Are the girls coming? Just let me know. I'm so excited. And she's like, yes, I'm actually really excited. But, like Caroline, I don't get it. This is not like Caroline I know and love and at all. Darling, it ended even worse after we left.
I just don't know what's going on with Caroline Brooks. I mean, here I am. I've welcomed her into my family, my friend group. Well, my family hates me. My friend group hates me. But still, she's here. I mean, she's around, isn't it? I really don't know why she hates me. I'm actually an awful person, aren't I? Well, I'm not inviting that bitch. Really can't explain anything. I can't explain why anybody likes me, actually. But, hey, why try to explain anything?
So we have flashback to Chanel eating popcorn with Stanbury the day before and telling Stanbury that Caroline Brooks called her the C word. So Sergio's like, I think there is something serious behind that, because I think that there's a lot of pressure from the business, And Stanbury's like, 100%. I'm sorry, I actually wasn't even really listening to you. I just know by now that if I say 100% to whatever you say, you seem to be happy.
Well, I've welcomed her into everything. I don't even know what she's on. I mean, is it drugs? Is it alcohol? Is it hair fumes from her little, paid-for hair salon? I'm not really sure what it is, but it's something. I mean, if that's what it's like when you're on something, it just makes me it makes me want to be stone cold sober for the rest of my life. And he's like, honey, are you saying that you don't want to drink anymore? Honey, no. And she's like, no, Sergio. It's a metaphor, Sergio.
I don't understand still. So the door rings and Marissa comes in. And Marissa is a hypnotherapist. So she comes in and
I have to say this is the least. This person is trying the least out of any Bravo person we've seen lately try to even pretend they're a real psychic. I mean, most people are like, okay, here's what I see. Let's hypnotize you deeply, darling. You want to shoot with Tom Sandoval. I mean, they make an effort, but she just comes in. She's like, all right, you're a little girl. You're standing in a kitchen. Do you see it? Great. Ding dong. It's over. Do you feel better? Do you feel better now?
I know. I was like,
it's like, make an effort, lady.
like I was like, this is the least trancy fake trance I've ever seen. Okay, like it was kind of like, all right, you're looking at my fingers are closed, and now you're on a deep trance. Congratulations. I was like, what?
And Caroline Stanbury didn't even fake it either. She's like, all right, here I am, little girl, walking through, kitchen, cute hair, love my hair. All right, we done. All right, I feel so much better now. Oof.
Yeah, she's like literally making jokes back in her trance. Because at like, shit, like what? Like at one point, like she's, of course, Caroline Stanbury talks about boarding school because if anyone who labored through the third season of Ladies of London, it was all Caroline talking about like, I can't be at this dinner party because I went to boarding school and they treated me awfully there. It was just like nothing but her boarding school. So of course she's back to it. And she's saying like, you know, I'm just a bit of a micromanager. It's probably from boarding school. And, you know, I was there from 6 to 18. And Marissa's like, well, you know what they say about the English. They keep their dogs at home and send their kids to high-class kennels. Caroline's like, true that. True that,
sister.
I'm like, you're in a trance.
Learned that at boarding school. I'm really going back.
Stop bantering. You're in a trance right now.
Like she explains it. She's like, I'm not really a big fan of traditional therapy, but then I ended up interviewing Marissa on my podcast. And she's the #1 hypnotherapist in the UK. She was Princess Diana's hypnotherapist. So if she's good enough for Diana, she's good enough for me. I'm sorry, listen, I know we all love Princess Diana, and I'm not ever going to say anything terrible about Princess Diana. A, because I don't have anything terrible to say, and B, because I want to keep my skin. Okay. But was she happy? I mean, is that really a way to get advertising? Like, is Princess Diana, was she like a bastion of happiness that I'm just forgetting about? Because I was young, but I remember pure sadness. Yeah, in that one. I don't know if that's a good advertisement. Like, well, if it's good enough for Princess Di, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, maybe this led to like. No, I have nothing to add to that. I have no other spin to add.
You know, just more current. Like, let's get some more current credits. I think is the point.
Yeah, let's make. You know, how about like Sandra Bullock. Like Sandra Bullock.
You know what I'm really going for? Is some. I want further away sadness in my eyes. I feel like the sadness in my eyes is too close. I just want a more detached sadness, and I believe that Marissa can give that to me. So let's keep going. So this Marissa's like, okay, go down. You're going. Are you down?
Yes,
You're down. You're a child. What do you see now? She's like, oh God, I don't know. I'm about 9 faces ago. 9 faces ago. I'm measuring my life in faces. Wait, was that? It's 10 faces ago. It's 10 faces ago. And what do you see? Small lips, tiny lips need to be fixed. Really need to fix. Emotionally, what do you see emotionally? Like I said, tiny lips. Very sad about that.
Okay, now you can hear a conversation between you and your mother, and you're 8 years old. What are you hearing? A very dumb woman making demands of me.
Anything else? You know, she's complimenting me. She's complimenting my lips, and I'm telling her, screw you, you awful hag. I'd like bigger breasts. Make it happen.
What else is she saying to you? I think I just heard her go into another room and call me the C word. Wow. Rough day for me.
Are you crying yet? Okay, fine, I'm crying. What are you crying about? I want new kneecaps. I want them right now. I will not go to boarding school unless I've got brand new, good-looking kneecaps. Do you understand me, Mother?
Okay, so I think I figured something out. So what's happening in this scene that's happening in a deep trance state, clearly, is that what you need is not to go completely ignored because of her need to have you go. And what's happening is that when you were little, you wanted many face jobs, and you didn't get them. And now you feel like something's missing.
Marissa is very on the nose because Stanbury is like, well, my mother says you have to go to boarding school. What do you say? I don't want to go. What does she say? You have to go. Here's what I'm hearing. You don't want to go to boarding school, but your mother wants you to. You know, $500. This is free, right? This is free because you're on my podcast. Because that's literally what I just told you.
Well, I appreciate that Marissa's so on the nose because that's really the bane of all my issues, my nose. When can I get a new one?
She's so on the nose when really I'm just trying to get a date to get my nose off.
So then we see Sergio's listening in, which, by the way, is
Hilarious.
Don't do that. I mean, I know it's fake therapy. It's fake therapy, and there's a full camera crew in there. But dude, you're not supposed to eavesdrop in when your wife is allegedly in a trance.
It's so funny to me. Like, he is so needy. I like that it starts off, well, Sergio's still up my ass. Like, you can't get away from that guy for 2 goddamn seconds.
So Marissa's like, so what's the price you pay for micromanaging Sergio? Annoyance, boredom, frustration, ovaries shriveling even more, breasts turning inside out. That's the price I pay for micromanaging Sergio.
Now, how did we get to stop micromanaging Sergio? I don't think that that's the problem. She's not micromanaging Sergio. Surgery.
Here's the thing. I wanted surgery, and I wound up with Sergio, and the universe just misheard me.
I've just realized in this past life trauma or whatever, this childhood trauma exploration, that I've asked for so much surgery, I ended up bringing myself a Sergio. Absolutely insane.
You have to be
Actually,
very careful.
Secret things.
It turns out that wishes can have typos. Be very careful. I'm telling you this right now, Marissa.
All right, so look, I don't think the problem is that Sergio is being micromanaged. You have to manage Sergio. He's never gone. He's always in her face. She has to tell him. I mean, if you have to, at the very least, you have to be like, move, because he's always standing right there.
Which is just like, what was that? Oh, that was like on Summer House Martha's Vineyard, where they had to yell that at Nick. Move! Oh my God, you do. You literally have to shove him out of the way. I mean, but like, she was drawn to this guy because of her like need to micromanage, because apparently she has control issues because her mom controlled her, so now she wants to control things, etc. So Sergio is hearing this, which most people, if you heard from me, like, your partner, I have to stop micromanaging the one I love. I need to let them have freedom. They'd be like, oh, thank God. It's like, impossible.
It's like, please.
No.
He's like, please, I heard this. I heard what you were talking about. And he goes, oh my God, look at you. Is there a new Caroline Stanbury? And she's like, darling, it's not like a switch. But yes, she did point out things. And listen, I think she's correct. I mother you too much. He goes, but I love that. Please. I was walking upstairs to the bathroom and I just heard, how do you find micromanaging Sergio? I don't like that. I don't like that. I want you to micromanage me.
Well, I do micromanage you, as evidenced by the fact that I'm literally micromanaging your ability to understand that I micromanage you.
Oh, she's like, oh God, listen, it's about being more effective errand running. All right. If you can go one place and I can go another place, we can get 2 places done. I don't want to go to another place. Please don't make me go to another place. Please.
Listen, imagine how much more time you'd have for Tiki Tiki if you bought the yogurt and I went and got the car fixed, okay?
She's like, I'm your mother, all right? She's saying, you'll stop jiggying me because I become your mom. Tiki-tiking you. He goes, I would not tiki-tiki my mother. So you are not my mother. Please, don't run errands separate from me, please.
He doesn't really, because she's like, look, I can't micromanage you because we're going to develop a relationship where I'll become your mother. And he's like, but I would never fuck my mom, so you won't become my mom.
He loves the control. I've never seen this in a relationship before where he's just like, please control me, please. I have eyelashes. I got eyelash extensions for you. I mean, he really is just like a little doll. He's got like these long eyelash extensions. I mean, she's really doing a number on this guy.
It's also amazing how stupid he really is. Like, it's just, I feel it's like every episode, you just can't think he can get dumber, but he really does.
So hot.
He's hot and dumb. And she's like, oh my God, maybe you need this therapy because this is a ridiculous conversation. Don't you agree? This is a ridiculous conversation. Sorry, micromanaging. Can't tell you how to feel.
He's like, oh my God, listen, honey, I don't like this. Why? It's always like this. You come out of a session and you always just want to be your own person. Well, goodbye. Goodbye, Baba. I'll be right here. I can't leave you. Can I stay here? Can we just pretend I walked off?
What a terrible thing to want to be your own person, So
gross. He's like, please don't do this to me.
So now it's nighttime, and Taleen and Brooks get together at a restaurant and everything, and they're saying hello and everything. They sit down, And Brooks is like, "Oh my god, I just got my heel stuck in this wood over here. Wow. Okay, well I'm back in action. What's going on? You know, we had a great party yesterday, right?" And Talene's like, "Yeah, the vibe was like super positive, super positive. It was so good, right?" So then Lisa shows up.
Brooks, who made that party a living hell for everybody involved, by the way, is like, oh, that was a really fun party, boy. What a great time we had at that party. No, it wasn't. It was fucking miserable because of you, you nutcase. What's wrong with you?
So Lisa joins. She talks about how her mom's just gotten there and her mom's helping out with the kids. We see a flashback of all that and everything. And the producer's like, "So were you sad to miss Taleen's party?" And Lisa's like, Ayan said there was no decor, so I don't think I missed much."
I really only go to parties for the decorations, so no. I mean, was there a balloon arch? No. So, was there an ice sculpture that was a unicorn? No. So, no. I didn't miss anything. So they order a seafood platter, which is a big thing today. A lot of seafood platters in 190-degree weather.
I know. A lot. And they all look delicious, by the way.
So Books is like, oh, well, last night was some really inappropriate things I heard. Ion told me I called Carolina, I'll see you next Tuesday. I don't remember saying that, but if somebody says that I said it, maybe I did say it. I don't remember. And Talene's like, you don't really use that word a lot, so I can't imagine that you said the actual word. Yeah, well, I don't. And if I did use it, I think that it means I was really, really mad. So maybe I deserve an apology for somebody making me use such a horrible, horrible word.
So Taleen tells us, I don't recall ever even hearing it. Do we have that on tape? And then we just shows footage of her being, "She's a dumb fucking cop fitness, okay?"
And then Taleen just cringes big. She's like, oh, God, I can't believe she said that. And so Taleen's laughing. And so Lisa's like, so what is going on with you two? I don't even understand why you're fighting. Brooks like, nothing, I don't know. Because you guys were like besties, but now you're fighting? And Brooks is like, yeah, the energy was because the comments about Taleen. I'm just trying to be there for Taleen. And then I take a step back because my loyalty's more to her, you know. Prior to that, I spoke with Caroline Stanbury every day, but there's a person saying that they've seen Taleen's vagina? Are you kidding me? I will riot in the streets. Riot in the streets. How dare you? A vagina on Taleen? Taleen, can you believe it? I'm mad again. I'm going to beat up this seafood platter.
Taleen's like, yeah, I don't really care. I don't really care. I'm on the TV show. She's more famous than you, so I'm down for it. So, Taleen's like, yeah, whatever. Caroline said she was joking, so like, no big deal, right? It's water under the bridge. So Taleen's like, but I also feel like there's like more going on with you and Stanbury. And Lisa's like, yeah, that's how I feel because you guys were so close. And Brooks is like, what do you mean? I mean, I don't care about like, how she is with you guys. It has nothing to do with me. I'm not mad at her at all. I'm not jealous at all. I'm not mad at all.
And Lisa does not believe this at all. She's like, I don't believe what comes out of her mouth. And that is facts. Fendi facts. So I don't know what that means. What's a Fendi fact?
I guess just like higher end facts. I don't know.
It's a very expensive fact.
Yeah, I think that basically, Lisa says that basically Brooks and Stanbury were fine when Lisa and Ion were feuding with Stanbury. But now, like that Stanbury's getting along with Lisa and Ion, now Brooks is like really mad because she can't manipulate both sides anymore.
Yeah. And Brooks is like, oh, Lisa's just a projector. Out of everyone in our friend group, Lisa's the most bothered that Ion and Stanbury have developed this unusual friendship. Well, you're not the only one that stays up at night with your Lisa, you're the only one that stays up all night with a voodoo doll of Stanbury. And so they put a voodoo doll with Stanbury's head on it. And then, another little voodoo doll of Sergio following behind it, trying to get its attention. Please love me. Please. Can we get that together, please?
Please. So Brooks is like, yeah, I'll call Caroline after her going away party and everything, and everyone's excited to go to it and everything. And Brooks is like, I mean, fingers to heaven, I do cross and hope that I did not call her a see you next Tuesday because she is not a cup fitness. She is a bitch though. She's a bitch.
I'm like, hilarious. That in Dubai, calling someone a B word is like a misdemeanor, whereas calling someone a C word is a death penalty. So that's good. You're just kind of lowering your crime there. So now we go to Michael's house and he's party prepping, and they're like, it's a man. He's not a boss. It's a man. He's not a boss. And then Sergio's like, wow, look at this. Could you hold my hand? Please.
Wow, look at all this. Wait, Caroline, what should I look at? What should I look at? Okay, that one. Okay, look at all this. So, Michael's like, so do you guys like the disco balls? He's like, oh, it looks amazing. Well, actually, I think you should leave the house like this normally, Michael, because normally it's a shit show, and that was before I moved in. Love you. Thanks for having us.
Look at all these disco balls and all the so easy for you to get done. Now look at all the work that I'm putting in just to try to get Sergio to grow too.
It's really hard to drop hints when you're not paying attention. So everyone's getting glam for the party, and everyone's getting ready. And Lisa's gonna be late because she's at a track meet and everything. And Ayan's like, don't leave me alone." So then Taleen's getting ready. She's like, doing the thing where she's having her daughters pick out the dress for her and all that fun stuff.
Yeah. And then Brooks is with her son, and she's like, I'm going to prepare lunch for my boy. So listen here, Nanny. I need pepper, flour, and everything else that requires you to make a pizza. I hired you. You make the pizza. It's considered me making the lunch. Do you understand, you little cut fitness? I never said that. I never said it.
I think Brooks is like trying to be like hilarious and fabulous in that moment, but she just sort of comes off as just like a really mean person. So then we're back at the party and people are arriving. So Sarah and her friend Saba arrive. So Saba appears to be like maybe a friend of, I'm not sure.
Why are they letting Sarah bring on friends? Why do you let the most selfish, self-righteous asshole on the show bring on more self-righteous assholes? Because that's what the Saba is. She's just like she's like Sarah in a Jackie O suit, just here for more fucking holier than thou judgment. Welcome.
That's
welcome,
why.
Girl.
That's why they have Sarah bring someone, because she's assholes bring assholes, and that's the fun part. So we meet Saba and everything, and Sarah's like, oh, I love my girl Saba. She's my Pakistani sister. She is my business partner for life. She is like this crazy scientist nerd. She's like the sexy girly female. I'm like, you're just saying things now. She's like a pizza parlor lady fembot with tires.
She's a terracotta popsicle cloud. I just love her.
She's like a birch tree with little, like, Lightning McQueen stickers on her side, but it smells like peaches,
So Sarah's like, oh, Michael, can I throw someone in the pool? Isn't that hilarious? Maybe I shouldn't ask. I should just do, right? And then Sarah goes, God, I love that little puddle brick mailbox. You know what we call her? Sarah the Sabotage. It's like, that's one of the least flattering nicknames I've ever heard. Who would be proud of having a friend called Sabotage?
Oh, I love getting together with her and my other friend, Underminer. Oh, so fun we have.
Yeah. I really love my friend, Head-On Collision. We are just...
Oh my God. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a phone call from my bestie. Her name is No One Likes Her. Okay, hold on 1 second.
Could you hold, please? I'm on the other line with decapitation. That'd be great.
So,
why doesn't she call Saba her little noodle? That's what I would call her. Like, hi, Saba, you're my little noodle.
Or, hi, Saba, my little discontinued Swedish car.
So stupid. So Caroline's trying to pick out an outfit, and we're really giving Yasmin a role this season. I don't know that she's ready. I feel like Yasmin is still too young acting or something.
I think she's
too youthful.
She's a voice of reason in that household, okay? Because you have Caroline, who's so disgusted she can't see straight. You got Sergio, who is literally just like a plastic bag, like floating in Caroline's, like wake. And you need to have Yasmin to be like, you adults are absolutely ridiculous. I'm sick of both of you.
She's like a very cheery version of Stanbury, and I do love that she bullies Sergio. But I think that's why I said she wasn't ready, because I kind of felt bad for Sergio. I was like, wow, poor Sergio is not going to ever win in this house. But we'll get to that. So Sergio is he's talking to Saba and Sarah. So they're like, so welcome to your going away party. How's that going? He's like, well, I don't know. Everything's good. I guess everything's good. I mean, it's stressful, but it's good. Overall, it's good. And Sarah's like, We need to talk alone. Come here. You are my brother. I'm like, oh, God. She probably says that to everybody.
I know.
Come over here, my little angel brother. This is my brother. We call him Legless.
Meanwhile, Sergio and Sarah leave the table and Saba trips Sergio. Sabotage. So Sarah's like, okay, all right, Sergio, you're not wrong. What's wrong? Did Caroline want you to get yogurt by yourself again? He's like, oh, someone told her that I was going to end up like marrying my mom, and I'm very sensitive, I don't want to marry my mom because I still want to fuck Caroline. I don't want to fuck my mother.
Who told her such a thing? He's like, the hypnotherapist, and I was so sad today. I just wanted to cry. Honestly, I wanted to cry, but I didn't want Caroline to get mad if I messed up my extension to my eyelash. Well, she will get very mad. I don't want her to get mad. Please don't let her get mad at me. And Sarah's like, come here, my brother. Let me hug you. He's like, and the problem is Caroline doesn't even see it. She doesn't even see it. She goes, you feel like no matter what you do, you're invisible. You can't be seen. Am I right, Fred? My name is Sergio. Who? Sorry, who?
Oh, I thought I was talking to someone completely different. He's like, no. She's like, Caroline needs to heal from her traumas. Because you are a punching bag. A really soft punching bag that's not even filled up all the way. So it's just really easy to punch into it.
I'm sorry. Saba, could you bring me that blanket and throw it over this invisible person so I can try and look at who I'm talking to?
Saba, that's not a blanket. That was a bowl of goldfish. Sabotage. I have goldfish in my hair.
Caroline is going to be so mad. She hates goldfish.
No, I don't hate goldfish. I hate shopping for them, and that's why I want you to get them by yourself.
So Sarah's like, I'm not surprised that Sergio is opening up to me because I'm like a sister to him. And when he met her and they got married, they were with each other 24/7. But now Caroline is pulling away and Sergio is feeling left out. Okay, we already had the hypnotherapist. We don't need on-the-nose commentary for every goddamn scene that happens, Sarah. We get it. We get it. Thank you.
Yeah. How about Sergio make some friends instead of rebuilding his family dynamic with his sister Sarah and his mother Caroline?
Yeah. So I have to say, for Caroline Stanbury, it is nice to see somebody not just repeating patterns, because normally I was going to say on these shows, but in life, like we're pattern people, we're people are patterns. And normally you see people like dump one terrible person and then they go for another controlling terrible person. Caroline was with kind of a blasé person who could give a shit what she was doing. I mean, she's like, honey, have you seen that I've opened my own business? He's like, literally don't care, and then we'd never see him again. And then this guy is like totally different and following her around all the time. It's kind of cute. Yeah. You go, pattern breaker.
She broke the pattern. And she also broke the pattern from last season. When last season, she thought we all cared about them being like cute and influencers together. And then she realized, oh, no one likes that. So now she has pivoted back to the Caroline Stanbury that we all know and love, which is her being evil to those who are closest to her.
Welcome home.
It's so much better. Some
better. Patterns are okay to keep.
So Chanel walks in and, she matches the disco ball. So she picks it up. She's like, look at these. I have like an inspiration. And, everyone's saying hi, like, oh, the party's great and everything.
And someone's just giving her a look like,
yes, Hapa doesn't like Ion.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, so Chanel's being really nice. She's just like, oh, what a lovely party, blah, blah, blah. And talking to Michael. And Chanel's like, yeah, honestly, I don't find Michael trying to get them out of this house. He's probably tired of paying the bill. Ha ha ha. She looks like she's playing Little Orphan Annie in an Ann Geddes production of Annie. In that big rose wig.
Oh, when she wears that. Oh, I love that look. The giant. Is it a wig or is it actually just like a hat?
A headpiece. It's a headpiece.
Whatever it is, something on her head.
Yeah, but it looks like I was like, why does that look familiar? And it looks like Little Orphan Annie's big curly head of hair, but made with roses. So she's making small talk with Michael, and Sarah's like, oh, I was just telling Sergio, look at Saba's face when she saw Chanel walk in. Isn't it hilarious? And Saba's like, obviously I see people like this around before. It's Dubai. And Sarah goes, what kind of people? She goes, well, over the top kind of people.
Ma'am, you're at a Real Housewives shoot right now.
No kidding.
Let's not try to act like you're freaking Emily Post.
You're wearing a Jackie O jacket and it's 130 degrees. Come on.
You're friends with Sarah.
Yeah. And Sarah's like, well, we learned how to love her for who she is, and she just wants to be center of attention. And Saba goes, and let her be. It's just not my kind of people.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm not in an actual chair because it would be backing up right now and I'd be waiting for the audience to kick your ass right now. Who the fuck do you think you are, Bam? Okay? You pulled up to the wrong fucking parking lot.
Yeah, well, she's trying to make a splash going after the big dog on Dubai, right? So Caroline.
Good luck with that.
I know,
Saba.
right? So then Caroline finally joins the party and everything, and more people are talking, and Chanel is trying to set up Yasmin up with her son. She's like, come on, she's like, he's so hot. You have to date him. He's so hot now. And you're hot. Two hot people have to date.
Let me see. I'm trying to catch up in notes. Taleen, Chanel, Taleen keeps stepping on her train. And then they're talking about how fun the party was. And she's like, well, to be honest, I had the best time ever. It's so nice to talk to you without Caroline because I feel like now you are normal. Chanel's like, you're not an asshole when you're not around Caroline Brooks. That's good for you.
Yeah. So then so Stanbury goes up to the group and everything, and is just like talking. She's just like talking. A lot of things are happening back and forth and everything. And so they're just joking about how like oh my god, like Michael must be like really happy to kick these two out, etc. And Michael's like, oh yeah, dogs, shit, dogs pissing and shitting. Can't wait to get rid of them. Yes, I don't know what he's talking about. I mean, he even bought a house right next to me in Al Barari. And I don't know, they're just having small talk. This is not going anywhere. It's just small talk.
But of course her dogs come in and poop and pee everywhere. It's so gross. And then her boob comes out, which on any other show, it's like, ha ha ha, that's a nip slip. But on this one, I just grabbed the sides of my chair like, oh my God, please don't take her away.
She's gonna get arrested. But of course, it happened right from Taleen, and because the whole thing was that Caroline saw Taleen's vajayjay, and now Taleen is like, "Oh my, how the tables have turned! I want to say it's tit for tat, but it's tit for chit because so there was a breast." And sometimes breasts are called tits. So it's like a word play on tit for tat, but we just said tit for tit. Are you following my joke here?
It's like, you got great tits, babe. That was for you, Rafi. And Raf, who's Taleen's husband, is like eating food off a tray and laughing very bigly. He's like,
that's the whole episode. The whole episode is him laughing.
So then Ayan is talking to Sergio, Sarah, and Saba. And she's like, I like free food. This is so over the top. And Sarah's just like, oh, it's not the only thing over the top.
Saba's like, wow, someone who likes free food. That's so not my people.
Just not my type of person.
So anyway, the group finally all sits together. And
Saba's so dead to me. I didn't know that I even loved Chanel that much. I'm mixing her names together. Chanel Ayan. I didn't know that I even loved her this much, but I do. I'm very defensive. Fucking Saba.
So Stanbury's like, so has anyone spoken to Brooks today? She's not coming, right? And they're like, what? She's not coming? She's like, yes, I uninvited her. And she's like, what? You uninvited her? Yes. Shall I say it again? I uninvited her. I uninvited Brooks.
They're like, why would you do that? She goes, well, she called me a see you next Tuesday. All right. Now, it wasn't even behind my back. Listen, I want you to call me see you next Tuesday like my staff does when I'm not there. Right? Saying it to my face is just rude. I want to see it on the nanny cam. All right? I love to hear it. I just love to hear it when you don't know I can hear it. Does that make any sense?
Here's the thing. I don't mind generally being called see you next Tuesday, but unfortunately it reminds me too much of the things that Sergio says to me. See you next Tuesday. See you tomorrow. See you in a few minutes. It's like, get out of my space already. It's trigger
people are saying, that woman is a real see you next Tuesday in fear. I love it. I play it back on the ring cam constantly. But when you say it right to my face, it's disrespectful, isn't it? It's all context, really.
So Sergio gets up because he's uncomfortable, and she says like, Caroline Brooks and I have built a really nice relationship. So I thought, I would call her at 7 a.m. She'd be still hungover from whatever desultory lounge she was in the night before, and I'd complain to her about everyone in the group. And now all of a sudden, she's just a bitch.
So we see a flashback to the conversation of her telling her on the phone, listen, you can't come to my party. And Brooks being like, oh, that's a lie, you fucking C word. She's like, well, mixed messages. They're just insane. Goodbye. I love you. There goes that fucking see you next Tuesday. I just don't get it. I mean, how do I work with that? So, no, I don't want her sitting in my best friend's house, which my dogs have just sat upon.
So Brooks is like, well, there's not one iota in my body that gives a shit that I wasn't invited to Stanbury's little eviction party. Michael wants you the hell out of his house, so get out. Okay, I'm going to drink these flowers. Hold on. Anything.
So now back home, she's like, go to your homework. Go to your homework. Mommy needs to meditate. I'm about to freak out over here. So then back at the party, Taleen's like, I'm not trying to overstep. I mean, I don't know if I would have invited her. She's just going to be so hurt. Like, you have just unleashed the Kraken. They're like, why would you do this? She's just going to be a monster now. Yeah, but she already was. I mean, I think it's good that Stanbury doesn't give a fuck and she's not afraid of anybody, because you can't just let the terrorists run the show, guys. Okay?
Yeah. So Saba's like, but she should care that she hurt Caroline. And Chanel's like, exactly, I agree. So Taleen is like shocked because Taleen's new to Real Housewives. She goes, I am shocked. You can't invite someone and then uninvite someone. I'm like, honey, you just started on this journey. That's what being a Real Housewife is all about.
Exactly. It's part of your job description. Did you not read the contract? So Chanel's like, well, everyone's like, well, I mean, she was just drunk. I mean, you can't hold it against someone if they're drunk. And Sarah's like, yeah, I mean, even if Brooke said, see you next Tuesday, you can't take it to heart when she's drinking. Oh, please. Sarah, of all people, saying don't take it to heart. I'm sure.
Yeah. And Chanel's like, I think from what I know, see you next Tuesday is a prostitute, right? Like a cheap woman that gives vagina around a lot, no? Is that what it means? I have no idea what it means. You just don't.
So they're like, oh, come on. She was just drinking. And she's like, no, Sarah, I'm sorry, but if I start abusing you for the next week and it's just because I get drunk, she goes, no, I will not accept it. She goes, yes, well, then I don't accept it either. All right?
Now, if I start abusing Sergio for the next week, that's just fun. We all agree, right? Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, listen, not only is that my hobby, but I'm doing it while I'm sober. All right? So it's very different.
Technically, I'm in a trance when I do it.
Listen, if abusive trances were good enough for Princess Diana, they're good enough for me.
So Sarah's like, well, can you motivate her to talk to her friend? And Chanel's like, I did do that. And Sarah's like, instead of motivating her to disconnect. And she's like, no, I'm not the fucking earpiece for anyone here. And Taleen's like, yeah, but you're enjoying it. You're enjoying being the earpiece. And she goes, oh, I mean, yeah, no, I actually love it. I love what's going on here. I just don't want to be in the middle of it.
Yeah. And so they're like, well, you need to talk to her. And she's like, yeah, I do. She goes, and Taleen's like, well, I mean, she said something like, I just got over, Stanbury says, well, I just got over your see you next Tuesday, Taleen. I don't need to be cold to see you next Tuesday. She goes, yeah, I mean, you like vagina, clearly. I mean, what's happening here? Am I right? Hey, Rafi, are you laughing? I just made a vagina joke. He's like, oh.
So Lisa finally arrives, and Stanbury's like, oh, well, good. A new person, a new audience. All right, take it from the top, everyone. I just found out that Caroline Brooks called me a cut fitness, so I uninvited her. Can you believe it? Uninviting. Taleen, get your jaw off the ground. Uninvited.
She's like, well, I had dinner with her last night with Taleen, and it's obvious that the common denominator of the problem here is Brooks, and she won't take responsibility for anything, but I don't know. Everyone has a right to hate her. She certainly hates you. I really don't care. Is anyone going to comment on the perfect match of my purse to my dress? Nobody? Because it's actually quite amazing. No one?
Yeah, she's like, Lisa basically is like, yeah, I feel like she just kind of like dropped you like a bad habit, Caroline. And Talene's whole thing is like, look, it's about something else. It's about something deeper. We should get to the bottom of it. So they're like, okay, you guys should talk or whatever.
And it's so funny because they're all calling it. They're like, oh, so basically Brooks is acting out because she's mad that Caroline made up with Chanel and Lisa. Which, watching it, I'm like, okay, well, everything doesn't have to be that deep. Maybe there's not another reason. Maybe Caroline's just like, you know what? I don't like her anymore, But then it turns out it's exactly the reason. Brooks is like very on the nose about it. So then now Stanbury is like, well, stir it up. It's our first party without stir it up here. So let's see how this goes. And Sarah's just rolling her eyes like, I'm friends with stir it up. I don't like it. We call her stir it upatage. Make that much sense, but I'm gonna go with
it. I get it. It took me a second there, but I realized the wordplay.
It didn't really make any sense. There wasn't much to get.
So then now Michael is gonna he's addressing the group and the party because he's gonna present the cake, and he's talking to Sergio and Yasmin. And he's like, I'm telling them what I like the most and the worst about your mom and your dad. Oh, I mean your stepdad. Actually, I mean your brother, because really Caroline's more like his mother. Did I say that part out loud? Sorry, Sergio.
And Yasmin's like, oh, there's a picture of my mother and Sergio on top of the cake. Finally, I'll get to know what it's like to chew my mother's head off and spit it out.
Yeah. And then Yasmin's like, oh, and I like this game too. By the way, okay, can I say what's the worst thing about Sergio? Can I say that? Oh, please. I'm tired of doing it every single day myself. Okay, great, mother. Okay, Sergio, the problem is you're just a bit clingy. He's like, clingy? I'm not clingy. Caroline, stand by me. She's calling me clingy.
You're literally holding my mother's skirt as you talk. No, I'm not. Please let me hold it tighter. She goes, oh, Sergio. So she swaps the heads on the little figurines, and she goes, oh, yes. Now Sergio can live out his lifelong dream of wearing a dress. And he's like, oh, he looks like
Caroline's like,
start crying.
That's mean, Yasmin. That's very mean. I'm so proud.
It's like, it's just a joke. It's just not funny. Stop it. And by stop it, I mean do it louder. Really hilarious.
It's not funny. It's hilarious. You are a great, great daughter.
So then Sarah pushes Sergio in the pool, and she's like, oh my God, your pants are see-through. And so they push him back in the pool.
He's like, what do I do? What do I do? Swim, Sergio. I don't want to micromanage you, but come on, you have to have some initiative with certain things in your life.
Sergio, breathe underwater. Oh God, there he is choking. Hilarious. Sergio, breathe down your own throat. All right, he can't seem to handle that one. Listen, no one's perfect. All right.
So yeah, he gets thrown in the pool, and it's funny. So now it's after the party, and Sarah and her son Maktoum are at the salon. She's getting like haircut or color done or whatever, and he is getting a lovely little head massage. This kid's getting a little head massage during the entire scene. Good for him.
So she's like, well, Taleen introduced me to her friend Daniel. And he's like, she says, why are you upset? And she says, I'm not calling this a date because this is just friends going out. Because in America, dating is getting to know each other. But here, where I'm from, it means he's your boyfriend and you're literally on the verge of getting married. So this is not a date. And she's like, why are you so upset? And he's like, because men have been bad to you, mother. And she's like, but that means all men are bad? He's like, yes. She goes, well, mommy was choosing bad. Mommy had a problem. And now I'm not going to do the same mistake again.
I felt so bad for that. Like, this poor kid, he's been through a lot, you can tell. And like his mistrust. I mean, men are terrible. So he's got that right. But I feel bad that his innocence has been kind of like, destroyed a little bit on that front. So she's like, okay, what is your dream dad? He goes, a dad that buys toys for their kids, to be nice to their kids, to give them candy. Sometimes no diabetes on my watch.
She's like, I promise you, we'll find a dream dad for you and a dream husband for me. hopefully he's a narcissist because that's all I date. Because at some point in this episode, she's like, they're like, why does it never work out with you? She's like, they've all been narcissists.
Yeah.
Like, wow, everyone.
But I'm sure also Sarah, every time they go to like a candy store and Maktoum wants to have like some candy, she's like, no, no, no. It's going to give you diabetes. Like, why else would he be like, no diabetes on my watch?
She's like, do you want to turn out to be like my best friend who we call diabetes? He's like, no.
She actually was trying to eat very healthy, but sabotage kept on putting candy bars in her salads.
Okay, so now Lisa and her mom scene, they go shopping together, and it's funny because they're in old Dubai, and she's saying old Dubai is completely different because new Dubai is glitz and glamour, and old Dubai breathes and eats Dubai culture. And so it's just her going around shopping for stuff and haggling with the guys, and she's like, "Stop! I'm not a tourist. I'll give you 30."
I loved her. They're like, this will be 53. No, stop it. I'm not a tourist. I live here. 30. Come on.
She doesn't even. She's like, "You will take 30." He's like, "Okay." They put up no resistance at all to her. They're like, fine.
At one point, the guy's like, okay, this will be 140. She's like, no, I want a good price and good quality. He's like, 40? Okay.
You know, she goes, see, from 140 to 40. So then she's like, I love spending time with my mom. Our bonding has always been shopping. When I was a little girl in Jamaica, we would just hop on a flight, and an hour later, we'd be at a Toys R Us. What?
What?
What the hell kind of childhood is that? I want that childhood.
That's the dream.
Yes.
That is literally the dream. So now she's like, now she gets to take her mom out luxury shopping. So they're walking through this souk. It looks so fun, by the way, because I'm on my whole sewing kick. So now I look at fabrics. Like literally yesterday, Ron and I were texting, and I was like, I'm going to Joanne Fabrics. And then you texted me, you're like, are you still at Joanne Fabrics? And I was like, I'm at Joanne Fabrics. And I sent you a photo of me buying serger thread and a Reese's Pieces peanut butter cup. It's actually still on my screen right here. I see it right here on the side. Anyway.
I actually love our lives right now. We're like both living our best life. You're at Joanne's Fabric and I'm at a tile store. Asking to see 90 million tiles. We're like both living our dreams. It's like, it's a beautiful thing, you guys.
It's so cute. So anyway, they sit down. They sit down at a restaurant that's on the water, and they're going to be getting freshly caught seafood. I was actually so jealous. I was like, this looks amazing right now. And especially when the food does arrive, it's just this like delicious seafood that looks like it's in maybe a Malaysian kind of sauce or something. I wanted to be in that restaurant.
Yeah, Seafood Tower. It's a Seafood Tower kind of an episode.
Which was not really a tower, but I just want to say this was not a tower. I think Courtney from Below Deck would be very offended because this was a platter with seafood. It was not a tower of, and especially in Dubai where towers are really towers, felt like a miss.
So we find out a little bit about Lisa. I think we knew some of this, but she's talking about her and her mom and how close they are, and that growing up she was a daddy's girl, but then that changed when she found out her dad had a whole other family in Canada. It's like, wow, your family, what a life! I mean, you got to fly to Toys R Us. He was flying to a different family. I feel like every time that family left the house on a plane, something very dramatic happened. Like there was just no normal trip for this family. It was always something huge.
What if the other family was Lisa Hochstein?
Canada.
Because Lisa Hochstein has like, because she has some Jamaican in her bloodline, right? Like, isn't it that her same thing there? Like, didn't her moms came from Jamaica or something like that?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I would love if Lisa Hochstein and Lisa Milan were actually half sisters.
Yeah, it was like the full circle.
It would really just fuck me up, actually.
So, they're talking about whether the mom is going to move there, and she's like, "You are supposed to move. You're only supposed to be here 2 years. It's been 10." She's like, "Yeah, we're not going to move. We're extremely rich, so we're richer than you, and that means you have to move." And the mom's like, "Maybe I'll move. I guess if I don't ever have to work again." She's like, "Okay, mom, let's make it happen."
Yeah, she pulls the old don't you want to see your grandkids card? And like, no mom can really resist that, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to win every time. So
Yeah.
now Rafi and Taleen are driving in a convertible white Ferrari, talking about how hot it is. Exactly. Why do you have a Ferrari in Dubai? I mean, a convertible in Dubai. Yikes.
I know. It's like you're basically saying, like, let me see what it's like to be in a blow dryer. So they are driving on the way to this double date with Sarah and the bald guy from last episode. And, wondering, like, is it going to work? Whatever. And Celine's saying, like, Sarah, she's obviously gorgeous. Like, she's not going to have a hard time meeting a guy, but it's finding the right guy, And so the producer's like, Taleen, why are you so interested in setting Sarah up? She's like, I'm Armenian. That's why. It's what we do. It's in our blood. Like, we want to set people up. We want to procreate for the people. I mean, look at Rafi and I. It was like it was like matchmaking to our family. Rafi, aren't you so happy with the way things turned out?
So they go for this double date night with Sarah. And she's like, "Oh God, I'm just so nervous for Sarah. I mean, what if they're together and they have a big fallout and a breakup, and it's all on me? What's gonna happen? I'm gonna see where my head goes, Rafi. I'm insane, Rafi. You're being very quiet." Exactly, Rafi.
So Sarah shows up and she's like in all leather. And she's like, oh my God, I look like I just got off a motorcycle. This is so wild. And Taleen's like, I know, and I look like the bride because I'm an Armenian matchmaker. It's what we do. So they sit down and this is where Taleen is like, so what's been the common denominator in the guys you picked in the past? She's like, they were all narcissists. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, that's hard. It's hard to be the narcissist. Also, not always easy to be with a strange person like you. But, you guys sure know how to pick each other, huh? Maybe we should call off our friend before he totally hates us forever.
And Rafi's like, yeah, it is hard to be with a narcissist. I don't know how you do it, honey. She's like, oh, you're not a narcissist. He's a Gemini, so he might as well be a narcissist. Geminis, am I right? And Sarah goes, Geminis are good. What are you? And Taleen's like, I'm a Libra. Sarah goes, oh, I don't get along with Libra men. But Libra women, I do. Libra men, no. Very different.
So then in comes the guy, Daniel. And he sits down and Sarah's like, oh, so you speak full on Arabic, right? So she starts speaking in Arabic. And she asks, like, you understand Arabic? But in Arabic. And he's like, yeah, I speak Arabic. Like, they're just sort of having some rudimentary conversation in Arabic. But, like, it's not his first language. And you can see he's not totally comfortable speaking it. And she's like, come on, talk to me in Emirati. Come on, talk to me. He's like, how are you?
She's like, oh, I don't want to be mean, but his Arabic is disgusting.
What a disgusting attempt at my language, especially, when you're bald and you speak it so badly. It just makes it so much worse.
Oh, that was such Libra Arabic. Oh, disgusting. So Taleen's like, okay, what do you really want to know about Daniel? There's got to be some questions you want to know. Just go ahead and ask whatever you want. She goes, have you been to jail? He's like, I'm an open book. No, I haven't been to jail. You know why? Because I've never been caught. Rafi. Okay, well, I'm not laughing as hard as Rafi, but it was good. Rafi, get off the floor, Rafi. 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 Come on.
Sorry, I was waiting for Taleen to prompt me. So then, Rafi is like, yeah, you have a jail fetish. And Sarah goes, boring. And Tony's like, what? Do you have like 17 cats or something? He's like, no, I'm more of a dog person. And he like winks. And Sarah's like, gross. And then Sarah's like, do you believe in aliens? It's like, I think I do. I feel like I don't know the right answer to this question. I feel like it's a trap. What should I say?
She's like, look, I'm trying to show that I have a really crazy personality. I mean, look, I'm into astrology and I'm into aliens. So I'm like a girl with personality, am I right? Because aliens are so important. So if you don't believe in aliens, forget it. Because we're going to be talking about aliens like 18 out of 900 days. So like, you better know. Oh God, you're just so unique, Sarah. So Taleen is like, so what do you think of him? What do you think of him? She's like, he's very nice, but I see myself more being good friends with him. Okay. He's a Libra. No.
He's a Libra who doesn't believe in aliens and can't really speak Arabic very well. And he's bald. Let's not forget that part. So
now it's the Stanbury and Brooks meeting. So they meet at a place called the Secret Garden. I don't know why I think that's so funny, just because it's just like such a little
Public
girl
space.
name, you know?
Oh,
It's such a, what'd you say?
I said because it's a public space. It's a secret garden. Yeah, so they're at this place, the Secret Garden, and Stanbury gets to be inducted into the.
I'm sorry, I'm having my husband drive around the block. I can't seem to find you. Sorry, ma'am, that's the point. Well, can I order? Not until you find us, ma'am. Where the hell are you? Sorry, can't tell you.
I actually chose this place because I knew Sergio would never be able to find me here. If I told him I was at a secret garden, he'd spend the entire afternoon scouring Dubai instead of just looking in Google Maps. So Stanbury joins the
Brooks is late. I'm not surprised at all. She wants to make it a point that her time is more valuable than my time. I get it. It's why I made Sergio stay in a locked bathroom for 37 minutes this morning. All right, until I let him out. I get it.
Listen, I genuinely have so much fun with Brooks, especially when we're making fun of the same person and making them cry and regret all their life choices. But I need to understand what has switched overnight. I can't be just that I said I saw Taleen's bits, which I did see, by the way, going around circle after circle. Imagine a windmill. Imagine going to Holland and seeing a windmill, and every 2 seconds, one of those windmills shows a vagina. That's what it was like. And I'm not saying that's why Caroline has an issue with me, but I'm wondering if that's just part of something much larger.
Mm-hmm. So Brooks comes, and it's 26 minutes late. Dun, dun, dun. So she's like, oh, you're on the phone? What are you talking about? House stuff? Is that what you're talking about on the phone? She's like, yes, a lot going on. You're a little late. She goes, oh, yeah, a little bit. Sorry about that. You know, I have a new business, and, you know, we just opened not too long ago. The first 6 months of business, you know how that is. You're rushing ex having to fix toilets that he probably fucked up in the first place because he sat his big ass down on them. You know how that goes. You know.
By the way, there was no way that Caroline Stanbury was actually on the phone with anyone when Caroline Brooks walked in. She saw Caroline Brooks park her car and was like, oh, hold on real quickly. She just holds her phone up. She's like, get the tile. I'm being very busy because I've had to wait so long for someone that I've started to take phone calls during my social time. Oh, you're here. Hold on. I have to call you back. It's like, you're holding your phone the wrong way. It's a new type of phone that you speak through the back of it. That's all.
She's like, okay, well, I guess that you're busy, but we all have stuff going on. Caroline, she goes, yeah, I know. So the waiter comes over and they order and stuff. And she's like, okay, what's going on with us? Okay. And she's like, well, look, obviously I'm triggered, like, about comments made about Taleen. That really triggered me. I mean, comments about her vagina, she fell down, her vagina. And Stanbury's like, oh my God, can we just let it go? Please let it go.
She's like, Taleen has moved on. Why on earth am I explaining this to Brooks? But clearly it's not just the joke. I think she's jealous of my relationship with Lisa and Ian, to be fair. And she liked it when I was on my island because she could save me, and now I don't need saving. And actually, I do need saving because I see that Sergio's approaching, so I'm going to need her to run interference.
I do need saving from Sergio. Please, take Sergio, all right? Leave me with Lisa and Ion. Just take Sergio.
Anything. I'll give you anything to take him out of my hair.
So Brooks is like, well, the friend comes to me and says, hey, have my back and do this and do that. And I expect it to be reciprocated. So did I feel that from you? I did not feel reciprocated from you. And she's like, when it came to Ayan, listen, Caroline would call me crying all the time because these girls were so mean to her. And then I stopped my friendship with them for her. And then she turns around and becomes besties with them. So what the hell? Where does that leave me?
It leaves you in a position where you should just become friends with them again, because obviously that they're fickle enough that they'll become friends with Caroline Stanbury, so that means they'll take you back, no problem.
But it's also not fair to say that the only reason she's not friends with those girls is because of Caroline. Like, she was fighting with them. Yeah, she was fighting with them plenty on her own when it had nothing to do with Stanbury, from what I remember.
Yeah. But loyalty is a friendship, which is 2 ways. You called me a see you next Tuesday, and she's, if I did call you that, it's so out of line. But by the way, we both had far worse in our life. Did you, right? Did you die? No, you're fine.
Yeah, but you didn't die from it. And besides, you've got see you next Tuesday on your LinkedIn profile. Well, that's in the complimentary way, you know. If I say it is something that I've accomplished, yes, but not someone saying it in the same room as me. I mean, it's just disrespectful. Does no one understand the rules of See You Next Tuesday?
I think we all understand. If you have a British accent, you can say it, and it's hilarious. If you have an American accent, it's wildly offensive. What didn't you get?
Extremely rude. All right, you can't say that where you're from. And Stanbury is like, she's not taking accountability for anything, you know? So I'm just going to be cordial with her, but I don't see myself trusting her because she says one thing to my face and another behind my back. You stupid cup fitness. I could hear that. It was technically behind your back. Isn't that a compliment? All right, well, at least you're trying. All right.
You know what? You're from the farms of England. You're not Princess Diana, even though it feels like you're sort of in a trance state that resembles hers. God rest her soul. Humble yourself, love.
So that's that. They agree to work on it.
Which means that it's just going to get worse and worse from here on out.
Yeah. Well, that was fun.
It sure
Sorry
was.
again to any Sarah heads out there. Whatever I said about Sarah. Now I need to research to really figure out how deeply I stuck my foot into my mouth.
No. You did. You were trying to make a joke about, you know, because there are definitely people who are always like, oh gosh, it's not. I'm the one who's great in these situations. So you know, I think we all know you didn't mean it from a place like that. So. Anyway, thank you all for being here and for listening, and we appreciate you all, and we will catch you on the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye.